There is grandeur in this view of life.
Welcome to Evolution Talk with Rick Coast, an introduction to the oldest story ever told.
Southern trees bear strange fruit.
Music touches the soul. Now that's the way I've always felt about it. When I was a little boy, I used to lay in bed and listen to the music coming from the stereo in the living room. And one of my earliest memories is the song Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. I could go on and on about the songs that accompanied me through my childhood. The list is endless. In the last episode, I asked the question, are we unique? And then set about showing why it is that we are not by looking at the animal kingdom. From tool use to altruism, it appears that we are not as special as we might think. And as Darwin stated,
all the differences are differences of degree, not of kind.
But there are a couple of instances where the degree of separation between us and those that we share the planet with is too great to ignore. It would be like standing on the shore of the Atlantic Ocean and trying to see Europe. One of those instances, as you've probably guessed, is music. You might be thinking, well, we aren't the only animal gifted with music. Birds make music, and whales make music. You might even say that elephants blow their own sort of trumpet. But underneath it all, where nature meets man, there's another form of music which gently rises to stir the soul. Like Piano Concerto No. 21, Andante, by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Mozart was born in 1756, and the music that he left us with transcends both space and time. He composed over 600 works, and each one carries with it a hint of something which moves us. A glimpse of the spark which animated us 3.5 billion years ago. A spark which originated in the Big Bang. Now, I could have used the music of the Beatles to illustrate this, and I'm fond of using their work as an example of music which will survive as long as there are ears to hear it and players to play it on. That's the one thing that makes me nervous about our digital age, by the way. When it comes to music books and the wealth of knowledge we have accumulated and translated into digitized code, when the lights go out, it all goes with it. As long as we have vocal cords and air to breathe, there will be music. As Homo sapiens, we first appeared on the scene around 200,000 years ago, give or take a few 100,000 years. And we left Africa somewhere around 60,000 years ago, and with us spread music. In 2012, fragments of a flute carved from animal bone was discovered in a cave in Germany. Now, the fragments are dated to being 43,000 years old. And needless to say, we've been making music for a very long time. And in 1972, Professor Anne Draffkorn-Kilmer from the University of California managed to translate what might be the oldest song ever committed to paper. Well, in this instance, the paper is a set of clay tablets discovered in 1950. The tablets are 3,400 years old and contain, literally etched in stone, symbols written in cuneiform, which is an ancient Sumerian script.
For your listening pleasure, we bring you sweet sounds from Sumeria.
So music may not be the shortcut to producing brainiacs or mini Einsteins, but it does have powerful effects on our minds and our bodies. And scientists like myself are always excited to carry on investigating music so that we can find other ways to tap into its potential.
That was cognitive neuroscientist Jessica Grahn during a TED Talk she gave in 2013. And she's right. Music does have a powerful effect on us. Music can make you smile, shed tears, fall in love, or even to sit back, look at the stars, and wonder what it's all about. And by all, I mean life itself.
We Christians don't call it evolution. because we believe it isn't something coming up out of blind nature, but something coming down from the world of light and power and knowledge beyond all nature.
Now, when you want to understand the world, you have to go beyond those narrow limits, both in up and down, both in space and time. And then you find that there's a uniformity and extraordinary things happening which you'd no idea of just looking at the world. And this is the fascination of science, really, I think.
Ask yourself only, what are the facts and what is the truth that the facts bear out? Never let yourself be diverted either by what you would wish to believe or by what you think would have beneficent social effects if it were believed.
The Earth is just one planet in the galaxies. You could compare that to an ant on the patio in this backyard.
Space is infinite. That vast canvas of darkness above us has always fascinated us and scared us. Before we had fire to gather around for warmth and protection, the night meant vulnerability. It sometimes even meant death. Predators hunted us at night just as we hunted them during the day. Loved ones died, sometimes by falling victim to predation, and other times just because we die, all of us. One day we are animated, moving stealthily through long grass in search of food, and the next, nothing. And how are we to explain this? Why did we even feel the need to explain it? The unknown captivated us and troubled us. Just as the night's mysteries drew us in, so did the desire to understand how it all worked. Perhaps there were beings like ourselves, beings that we couldn't see but were more powerful, who were responsible for it all. Now, if we were to please them, they might help us out. They might provide for us. They might comfort us. Out of all of the Earth's creatures, we seem to be the only ones cursed with the ability to ask why. Philosophers gazed up into the heavens and contemplated our place in the universe, while religious leaders and country pastors sought to explain the gaps. And we are not the only animal to be troubled by death and mystery on a deep level. Chimpanzees mourn when a loved one dies, and elephants have rituals associated with death. In fact, the intelligence of elephants led Aristotle to once remark that they surpass us, or surpass all others, in both wit and mind. We alone appear to have the ability to look back into the past to help us to explain the present and to prepare for the future. Is it, as Darwin said, only a matter of degree, or is it something more? Our ability to look into and dissect the smallest forms of matter in order to understand the building blocks of the universe just might set us above all others. We build large colliders to smash particles together, particles invisible to the human eye, just as we once did with rocks to watch sparks. Be they from flints or quarks, the sense of awe that those sparks arouse in us will never quite go away. In form, we are unique. We have hands with opposable thumbs to shape the world around us as we seek to keep the predators at bay and to protect those we love. We transform our thoughts into symbols on paper to allow others, even those we have never met, a glimpse into our thoughts and our dreams. And the air is full of our transmissions. And some of those transmissions, even the earliest ones, are still out there, traveling outward across the vast expanse of space. In 2015, it was announced that physicist Stephen Hawking had lent his support to the search for extraterrestrial life. Now, if our uniqueness is one of degree, then perhaps there are others out there a few degrees more advanced than we are. They need not look like us or even to think like us. They don't even need to be made out of the same stuff as us. But we'd like to meet them just the same.
In short, has alien life evolved as we have and developed intelligence?
Evolution Talk is written and produced by myself, Rick Coast. The music on this episode was composed and performed by Podington Bear. Your support is greatly appreciated, and you can always reach me by using the site's contact page at evolutiontalk.com or on Twitter, where you can find me at Rick Coast. And most of all, thank you for listening, and until next time, please take care of yourself.
Why are we here? What's life all about? Is God really real? Or is there some doubt? Well, tonight we're going to sort it all out. For tonight, it's the meaning of life. What's the point of all these hoax? Is it the chicken and the...
Evolution Talk is a Rick Coast production.